You're the one who famously told us that the world is flat. How has technology, how is connectivity impacting these events that are unfolding?
Well, what I argued in an earlier piece, Michael, is this is the first, this is like an 18th century war in a completely wired world. There's something very visceral and primitive about what Putin is doing. It's almost like an honor killing in a kind of a traditional village. He basically is saying to Ukraine, you fell in love with the wrong guy, Mr. European Union. I'm going to come and get you. I'm going to beat you senseless and drag you home. It's really like an honor killing, but it's happening in this incredibly flat wired world. And so what happens is you now not only have nation states imposing economic sanctions on Russia, these superpowers, but you have super empowered individuals amplifying those very same sanctions on their own. You alluded to one, canceling Russian artists or singers or dancers. That isn't part of any U.S. Economic sanctions package. That's being done by individuals. Now you have companies who are afraid of their employees for good reason, and their employees are saying, excuse me, I saw this video of Ukraine atrocities on TikTok. I posted it on my Facebook page. Then I went into Slack and I discussed it with my fellow employees. We don't want to work for a company that's doing business with Ukraine. And so as a result, you get companies like Disney saying, we're not sending you our latest film. You get FIFA, the World Sports Federation, saying you're not going to participate in the World Cup. So you have superpowers and super empowered people now all getting together in a kind of a giant geopolitical cancellation of Vladimir Putin and Russia.
Tom, there are a lot of comments appended to the piece that you just wrote about the three possible outcomes. Catherine, put up that reader comment that interested me. I want to read it to him. Here's one that stuck out to me. A person who said, there's another potential ugly outcome. Russia levels Ukraine's cities, and the West does little to help but offer admiration for Ukrainian courage and perhaps a few more infantry weapons. Ukrainians will likely feel completely abandoned and equally mad at Russia and the West. What do you think of that?
It's a very smart comment, and it's part of the hellish geopolitics around this story. Do Americans want to go to war for Ukraine? Yes, they will not buy Russian goods. Yes, they will cancel Russian ballerinas. But are they ready to send their sons and daughters to do that? I think not, unfortunately. And it's part of the tragedy of where Ukraine finds itself. In the long run, I believe that Putin will fail. I think he's got four choices right now. Putin: lose early, lose late, lose big. I think Putin has four choices right now: lose early, lose late, lose big, or lose small. But those are his choices because his thesis has been proven utterly wrong. Everyone knew it was, that Ukraine was a country dominated by a Nazi clique. Just remove that Nazi clique and the Ukrainian people will rush back to Russia. That is not the case. That's not the reality. Therefore, Putin can only win by permanently occupying Ukraine, which will keep Putin permanently isolated, which will be very dangerous for the world because Russia is a country that spans 11 time zones, has the most nuclear warheads in the world, and is one of the top 2 or 3 oil and gas producers. We have never lived in a world, Michael, where a country this big and powerful was made a pariah state.